What's good, y'all? We are back with another video. We got the whole setup done up in this room, man. We got the light. Hope I look good. You know what I'm saying? We got the LEDs in the back, got the mic set up, we got everything else. We finna upgrade the PC soon, so y'all stay tuned. But today we got Ugly God killed his best friend's dad, allegedly. But I'm sure it's known for a fact that he did that. Cause I remember that coming up a few years ago, and they was actually trying to see if he was gonna get charged with that. He didn't. So I don't really remember the situation surrounded with this death, but I think it was justified to be a self-defense case. We finna see. If you like the video, drop a like, comment, share the video around, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, y'all. We are almost at 500 subscribers. I'm back. I'm back posting. I'm finna be posting every single day. I promise y'all. So let's get into this video.
Ugly God, once a meme rap superstar who rose to stardom in the mid-2010s with his inspiring and revolutionary anthems like Beat My Meat, Booty From a Distance, and of course FTBT, Fake Booty and Toes, and who would go on to make music with some of the biggest rappers at the time, from Lil Yachty, Takeoff from the Migos, and PNB Rock, would all of a sudden be in the headlines for something much darker, being reported as the shooter in a cold-blooded killing of his own best friend's father in June 2023. On that fateful day,
y'all, let me know. Because I don't know. If I was put in that situation, if this is your best friend, like day one, y'all grew up together, you didn't spend nights at his house, he didn't spend nights at your house. If just any situation, because I know some people are going to be like, I don't give a fuck what situation. If he does this to my dad, we ops and it's up. But maybe some people are like, it depends on the situation. Cause I know him, so I don't know if he would do that unprovoked. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all would you be willing to work something like that out if he was your best friend, or would you just be like, nah, you're dead to me, it's up?
In Gulfport, Mississippi, would respond to calls of shots fired. When they got to the scene, they found a 50-year-old man named Ronaldo Della Velarde dead inside his car with multiple gunshot wounds, while arresting another person at the scene.
Tonight, one person dead and another behind bars after gunfire in Gulfport. It happened here on Deborah Drive off of Three Rivers Road. That victim has been identified as 50-year-old Ronaldo Della Velarde. Noah Noble was at the scene, and he brings us the latest.
We have to put a stop to it because we're losing. Like, we're losing our youth. We're losing.
Another shooting, another life lost to gun violence. 50-year-old Ronaldo Della Velarde was killed in an Orange Grove shooting. He was shot multiple times behind the wheel of a Nissan, the blood-stained sedan crashing into a neighbor's car. Moments after the gunfire, an officer was on scene.
We were in the area pretty close, and we were able to respond within minutes of the call. And I just wish we would have been here a little sooner.
Another life also altered forever, the suspect, who Police Chief Adam Cooper says was detained immediately, brought to the station, and is cooperating with detectives.
At first, this murder didn't make any news outside of the local area, but sometime later, things took a wild turn when Ronaldo's sister hopped on social media and dropped a bombshell accusation that Ugly God had murdered her brother.
Well, what I initially was wanting to get out was the fact that Ugly God did this. My brother died 6/29/2023.
Okay, so I understand if you want some legal justice to happen, but I feel like if she wanted that, wouldn't you say his real name, like his government name? I'm sure you know his name, but for you to, what's the word? For you to, it's not in my mind right now, but for you to, for you to address him as Ugly God on the internet just so you can pull in clicks, I don't know how I feel about that. Because I feel like if you really wanted to get justice, you would be saying his name. You would be letting it be known that you knew him. Y'all were close. How could he do this? Like, you would be portraying it almost as a betrayal more than like a, yeah, he did this. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Around 10:45.
For Ugly God,
it seems like leaders
my fault,
were
y'all.
destined
I have
to be
my other
with
account is
confidence,
premium. I forgot to
blessed with talent,
I forgot to switch to it.
Ugly God, this wasn't just a fall from fame, this was a free fall into madness. And the deeper you look into this case, the crazier it gets. So today, we're breaking down everything we know about this very wild situation that could still end up costing Ugly God everything.
Alright, Ugly God, what's good?
Chillin', bro, what's good?
Welcome to Vlad TV.
We have to put a stop to it because we're losing.
He just disappeared off the rap scene.
We're losing.
Another shooting, another life lost to gun violence. He was shot multiple times behind the wheel of a Nissan, the blood-stained sedan crashing into a neighbor's car.
At that moment, I thought Ugly God was running.
More than anything, the last video that he made me more hurtful than anything that he could have done when he was on there.
50-year-old Ronaldo Dalla Valade was killed in an Orange Grove shooting.
Born in Indiana on September the 19th, 1996, Royce Cornell Davidson Rodriguez...
Wait, what the fuck? Am I... This nigga got a lazy eye? Damn, you only like 8. I don't think he got a lazy eye now, though. You can grow out of that shit. I don't think he has a lazy eye now, but golly, that was... Shit, damn.
As Ugly God grew up bouncing between Cleveland, Ohio, Houston, Texas, and Louisiana before later enrolling in the University of Southern Mississippi. His unique background, being both Dominican from his father's side and African American from his mother's side, meant that he was fluent in both Spanish and English, but he ended up staying mostly with his mother after his parents would divorce. Rap was never part of the plan for Ugly God, not seriously anyway, but rather he was really focused on school and basketball back in high school. However, during his senior year, things started to shift as he began rapping and messing around for fun.
So, like, at what point did you really start rapping? Like, how old were you?
Like actually, like trying, like say,
That boy got on that Tommy Hill figure.
17.
Okay, so
18.
Okay, so kind of
like it never was like I wanted to be a rapper. It was just something I always did on the side. Cause I always like, you know, school. I love school and I loved basketball. It was just some shit I did on the side.
Okay.
Humor was from the very beginning a central part of his music, and his first track, I Beat My Meat, an ode to the pleasures of making love to oneself,
that song
was uploaded
took
to SoundCloud
over
while he was still
the
in high
hallways
school,
in
but
my
his basketball
8th grade
coach
year,
found out and made him delete the song, worried it might mess up his chances at a scholarship, something that Ugly God would actually explain to DJ Vlad.
So you came out with Beat My Meat, you come out, got like 4,000 views.
Yeah.
And then your basketball coach makes you take it down.
Yeah.
Why?
I was actually good at basketball. I was real good, and I guess they feel like I wanted to.
I gotta see it to believe.
Basketball career. That didn't, you know.
Y'all give me y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know this would not be a J10 video if I have not paused it 30,000 trillion times without being 5 minutes into the video. But we don't edit shit. We don't cut shit out. So y'all go get it just like this. You feel what I'm saying? But fuck, I forgot what I was saying. God damn it. What?
And I guess they feel like I wanted to pursue a basketball career, and that didn't.
Oh, yeah. I gotta see it to believe it. What are y'all top 5 hoop rappers? Not musical artists, just rappers. I would say maybe like mine, Quavo in there. Excuse me. Chris Brown in there. Lil Dicky in there. Who else is there, gang? It's more than that. I'm clouding mine right now. But y'all put y'all top 5 in the comments.
Being complimented with that song.
But still, he wasn't done. After the season ended, he uploaded it again, and once again, his coach made him take it down. But by the time he got to college at the University of Southern Mississippi, he re-uploaded the track, and this time, it would start doing crazy numbers. Besides his music being fun and catchy, Ugly God would benefit from his eye-catching early rap name, C. Bacon.
My original name was Bacon.
Before the success of his first song, Ugly God had never thought that rap could be his career, but after that track popped off, he started taking it more seriously. Then in 2016, he would suddenly land an actual mainstream hit with his song Water, which wound up making it onto the Billboard Hot 100, later going platinum.
Nah, bro, that Water song took over. I said that I Beat My Meat song took over the hallways. Bro, this song took over everything, bro. All you heard was that crazy. It was really the beat that carried that whole song. That melodic little, damn near felt like a water flow type of beat. That's the only way I could describe it. That shit went crazy.
And just like that, pretty much out of nowhere, Ugly God became one of the hottest new rappers in the game. He would begin preparing the release of his debut mixtape, the elegantly named Booty Tape, dropping his next big song, which was actually a diss track aimed at himself called F Ugly God. In the song, he would diss himself with some hard jabs, like saying that he was nothing but a one-hit wonder whose whole career was a joke. Meanwhile, Ugly God was also turning into a fashion god, as he would go viral for doing stunts like sporting his so-called lizard nose ring. In 2017, Double XL would include Ugly God in one of their more...
Alright, so, damn, this is crazy. It's wild how many people in this group fell off. Ugly God fell off. He fell off. Cardi's still doing this thing. X was going crazy before he died. I don't know who this is. A Boogie then fell off. Don't know who's right there. He's still dropping music, I believe. Who's that? I think that's PNB Rock. He was going... I'm not going to say he was going crazy, but he was still relevant when he passed.
Freshman classes, right alongside Playboy Carti, Triple X Tentacion, and PNB Rock. And he would follow this by dropping the long-awaited Booty Tape, which would even have a feature from Wiz Khalifa. The tape would end up selling 12K in the first week, landing him at the 27th spot on the Billboard 200. The following year, Ugly God would feature on Lil Yachty's album Lil Boat 2, on the track Boom, which would end up selling gold, the music video even now having over 15 million views. By 2019, Ugly God would drop his debut album called Bumps and Bruises, but while it featured some big names like Takeoff and Lil Pump, none of the tracks would end up taking off like his earlier hits like Water. And despite debuting at number 46 on the Billboard 200 albums charts, the project came and went without too much buzz. But still, in 2020, Ugly God would team up with the Houston rapper Rizzo for a short tape called Ugly Goblin, followed by a 2-song EP titled Two Piece in 2023. But overall, his presence in the music scene would notably slow down coming into the 2020s, and while he hasn't officially retired, it's clear that he would step back from the game in a major way. However, in 2023, Ugly God would return to the headlines, but unfortunately, for all the wrong reasons, as he was accused of shooting and killing his best friend's father.
That's crazy.
To those who knew Ugly God and his humour-filled music, this news probably sounded so out of left field that their first thought was that it must have been fake news. But unfortunately, this would turn out to be not just a rumour, as police would confirm that they had arrested somebody at the scene of the murder, and the case report shared by the family appeared to identify Ugly God, aka Royce Davison, as that person. The victim's sister has also been very vocal about the case on social media, attempting to get what she says is justice for her brother, Ronaldo.
Harris DeLavalade, my friends
call me Ty. Hold
on. I'm coming to you in regards again to the murder of my brother Ronaldo Renee DeLavalade that was murdered 6/29/2023 in Gulfport, Mississippi at 1009 Deborah Drive, where he was staying with the mother of rapper Ugly God. Ugly God is the murderer.
She would even give a long interview to the YouTuber I Am Joe Stone, detailing everything that allegedly took place leading up to her brother's death.
This is Ty DeLavalade, who is the sister of the man that was allegedly killed by rapper Ugly God, Ronaldo DeLavalade. And she sat down with us, the Church of Joe Stone, to expose details that she says changes what everyone thinks they know about the Ugly God murder case.
According to her sister, Ronaldo and his wife had reportedly lost their previous home due to financial problems and had moved in with Ugly God's mother.
And his wife went through, they had a nice big house, 4 or 5 bedroom house.
Sorry, y'all. My DoorDash
went
lost.
Some financial stuff that none of the family do. We all grown, so we only know what we see.
The night before the shooting, there was some kind of argument between Ronaldo and his wife and Ugly God's mum, Rhonda, during which Ugly God allegedly threatened Ronaldo.
The argument the night before was heated, and Ugly God told, it was on camera, where he said, you come back to my mama house, it's gonna be a killing, or it's gonna be, I don't wanna say verbatim because the video's not in front of me, but he made a threat about it the night before.
The next day, Ronaldo was allegedly told that his 11-year-old son was being put out of the house, so he came back. But according to the sister, he never got out of his car, but rather stayed parked by the curb.
Come back to the house. It was the strangest thing ever, because me knowing my brother, my mother always told us, never go where you're not wanted, or never go on someone's property if you have a problem with them. The one thing I remember. So it was a red flag for us when this man lived here for 2 years, and he pulls up to the house next to the mailbox. He don't pull in the yard. There's no other cars there. He don't pull in the yard, nor does he get out the car. So the discrepancy is that...
Y'all, this DoorDash are finna piss me off. This nigga went to the wrong entrance, and I gave directions on how to get here. And then this nigga gonna respond back, where? I just gave you directions on how to get here, you fucking idiot. God damn, bruh. Come on, gang. Hold on. Niggas be slow, boy. That's why I don't be tipping, bruh.
He was on the phone with someone 3 minutes before that he was saying, okay, Ugly God has put my children out, the 2 younger boys and the wife, because of the argument the day before. So you need to come get your kids.
She says that Ugly God then came out to talk to Ronaldo outside, followed by his mom, and after 10 minutes of talking, as Ronaldo tried to leave, Ugly God allegedly shot him 4 times in the face.
My theory.
What? As he tried to leave? Is this case still ongoing, or?
Talking.
I spoke to her, was the ugly guy sitting in front of the house. Oh my God. I was leaving. I was pulling my car where he shot me 4 times in the face. I never seen it coming. So the dude. Wait. So how did he give this statement? It says where he shot me 4 times in the face. So. What the fuck?
Ronaldo tried to leave. Ugly God allegedly shot him 4 times in the face.
My theory, this is me talking now. If I'm gonna feel like I need self-defense and someone's sitting in the car, I'm not in front of the car, they can't run over me. I'm at the window. Hell, I could jump on top of the car. I could run around the car. It's just a lot of things you can do. And then at that point, why was my brother's foot? Why was the car in drive? Like, I think he was pulling off and he called him a bored ape and he snapped. Because even in death, he already killed this man.
That would make sense.
Twitter in 30
he probably
minutes
said something.
Whole time, I'm a bored ape. He's talking to my brother when he said it. There's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind.
Wait, bro, what? Tell me why my dasher just said, I'ma just leave it by the office. This shit confusing. What? What the DoorDash, y'all gotta fire this nigga, gang. Hold on, bro. Damn, this shit just blew me. I gotta go get that, bro. Hold on. All right, y'all. I'm back. Golly, bro. That was horrible. I'm just gonna act like that shit didn't even happen. We gonna jump right back into this video.
Now probably getting ready to be rented. This is where my brother was parked at, right here, when he was shot repeatedly in the face. If you turn in the street with me, y'all still got spots of blood. My brother actually died right here in this yard. I'm so thankful that the was there. We wanted to put a memorial, but they kind of didn't want it. So it is a great job. Thank you for keeping the yard so nice. Makes me feel good when I ride around.
Sorry, y'all. I forgot to switch to the premium.
My brother died right here, guys.
Now, there have been some online rumors that this might have been a drug operation gone wrong, with even DJ Academics admitting in a live stream that his first thought was Ugly God might have been running drugs.
At that moment, I thought Ugly God was running drugs. I swear.
Running
drugs? I swear. I was like, oh, this thing's running drugs. He had a backpack on. Nigga kept saying he had to go. I'm like, damn, this thing got to drop off a load. Pause. I swear. I was like, he's running drugs. You know what I mean? So when he told me to slap somebody, I was just like, yo.
What did he just say?
Drug game do get sticky. Like, that's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? Like, I know what's going on.
However, in the news reports or the sisters' version of events, there's zero mention of drugs or any drug-related activity. So we can pretty confidently say that the drug operation theory doesn't seem to hold up based on the available evidence. After the incident, multiple reports would say that Ugly God had been taken into custody, but they didn't mention him being released. Nevertheless, he appeared to be out before August the 19th when he posted on Twitter.
They didn't. My brother, when Ugly guy shot him, the car his foot hit the gas or came off the brake or whatever. He hit another car. Out in this man's yard, a veteran, 30-year veteran. They never questioned him. The man walked outside, brother was dead in his yard. And of course, I have video footage of that. They never questioned him. The only thing they did was brought him a business card for the incident report because they totaled his car.
The sister claims that the only reason Ugly God isn't in jail right now is because his uncle was a judge in the area at the time.
The reason that they let Ugly God go, let me touch on that. His uncle is a judge in the city. He's a circuit court judge, which people saying, well, that doesn't mean nothing because he's in a little court. He was an investigator for 16 years.
She also claims that his uncle used to be an investigator for 16 years and pulled strings to help Ugly God avoid charges, as well as pointing out that the police report that they had received was suspiciously brief, just 2 lines long, which she found kind of weird for a homicide case.
They say that they let him go because the wife's story collaborated with him.
So you were saying that the reason why when what you were told by the police was, or what the family was told was, the reason why he was let go was because the wife's story and his story matched.
Exactly.
So, bitch, how can you say that's not what happened then? This nigga wife agreed with Ugly God. He hasn't told what his version of events was, but I'm sure he was saying that dude was the aggressor. Or maybe he tried to run him over or something like that. But if that nigga wife is agreeing with Ugly God, who are you to come and say that he's doing this to try to, like, what is the angle she coming from?
Well, I mean, I guess from their perspective, if the wife is agreeing with the guy who murdered her husband, well, then who else do we need to talk to? Is that the theory?
While officials haven't publicly labeled the shooting as self-defense, Mississippi's castle doctrine might explain why Ugly God was released without charges, as under this law, residents are legally protected when using deadly force if they believe that they're in imminent danger, especially within their home or vehicle. And given that Ugly God was let go shortly after the incident and no charges appear to be pending, it's possible that the authorities considered the situation consistent with these self-defense protections, even if they haven't stated so officially. However, the sister still raises some serious questions about the self-defense claim, as she repeatedly asks, if it was self-defense, why was her brother driving away when he was shot?
Angry that he's driving over there to cause harm to Ugly God, right? Tells him to come outside, let's meet. And he has a gun on him, and his whole point is to shoot Ugly God. Then why would it take 10 minutes?
She also points out that the car was in drive and crashed after the shooting, which suggests that Ronaldo was trying to leave, not threaten anyone, while also saying that Ronaldo's gun was found in a place.
Or maybe an altercation happened and he started shooting and then he tried to get up out of there and maybe bled out, lost consciousness and crashed. That could happen too.
Where he couldn't have reached it.
Was it in the glove compartment? Was it on the floor? Was it in his lap?
Yeah,
like that also
matters.
Changes things a lot depending on where they found it. You know what I'm saying? To say that someone was being held at gunpoint.
Yeah, it could have been on his hip
so
or in his hand.
Some good details, but I'm gonna tell you this: that when my brother, they could not put exactly where it was, because remember, he hit that car and totaled it, so the car hit and all of the above. But it wasn't in his hand, so.
You're looking at a work of art. No, it's not the Mona Lisa. But this beautiful can costs a lot less and looks magnificent in your bathroom.
We're a struggling channel, y'all already know.
So if he had it in his hand or his finger on the trigger, however they were saying he had it, it wasn't where he could have reached it and got to it.
The sister also even has a wilder theory, where she claims that the shooting might have been planned by Ugly God, Ronaldo's wife, and possibly one of Ronaldo's sons, alleging that there's actually a witness saying that there might have been a romantic relationship between Ugly God and Ronaldo's wife.
Now, there's a witness that says that the brother and Ugly God and the mother planned it. That Ugly God had a relationship with the mother, alleged, and one of the kids knew it, and it's just, this thing is just spiraling so crazy. Like, I feel like I'm in a dream.
The sister claims that there's up to 7 witnesses who say that Ronaldo...
I mean, but to be fair, this nigga don't look like an aggressive dude. He looks soft as shit. This nigga glasses is crooked. His forehead, he bald, and I mean, look at that smile. He got baby teeth. Is his mustache like floating in the middle? It's dead ass like, this is crazy. But I mean, like they were saying though, if they found a gun on him, Well, if they found a gun in the car, it really just depends on where they found it at, because that'll really tell the story of what could have been the situation.
Them about plans to kill him, and that her brother had recently tried to change his 401k beneficiaries, and that there was even a life insurance policy taken out on him not long before the shooting.
You know, a week before, we have documents. My brother tried to change his 401k and all of his money. It was the strangest thing. He was crying for help to all the wrong people because he never told me. It's too many things that people don't know that's coming out. Like, you know, like you take a policy out on somebody in a short amount of time, you investigate that policy. We have 7 statements, 7 different people, sworn statements that my brother told them that she was messing with him and the family was trying to kill him. Actually says, Ronaldo Delaware stated to me, such and such, they are trying to kill me at this house. Every time there's an argument, they pile up on me.
Okay, but that's not... He could be meaning that figuratively, though. I thought she was finna come with some actual evidence. Bitch, what does that mean? That don't really mean nothing.
Ugly God hasn't said much about the situation publicly, but in August 2023, he broke his silence by posting photos on Twitter showing off stacks of cash. In one picture, he had his back turned to the camera, revealing a handgun in one hand and money in the other, with the caption, "A lot can happen in a year, #don't believe the hype." The sister claims that Ugly God has been taunting her family online, changing his name to Theo Rodriguez, which she says means Ugly Rodriguez in Spanish, while commenting on her social media posts.
And he does it in ways that other people don't know. Like, you know, he changed his name to Theo Rodriguez. So he does a lot of stuff on Facebook. Like, they took my TikTok down. He inboxed me and said, "Where's your TikTok?" Like, what are you doing, dude?
Damn.
27,
he inboxed you?
That nigga petty.
I got...
Okay, hold on. This nigga,
he put a message on live and said, "Where's your inbox?"
He might be guilty. He might have...
where's your TikTok now?
He might have
so TikTok must
collaborated
they
with
put it
dude's
back
wife
up
to get that bag.
But,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know, like, for him to tell me, justice for Ronaldo.
Is he messaging you on Instagram or commenting on your page? Like, how are you getting these
On
messages?
his Facebook page, go look.
She would also claim that her car was recently stolen and then shot up while no one was inside, which she seems to think might be connected to her speaking out about the case.
Project area that we call it, stole it, and 10 minutes later, they shot it, they parked it by the woods, and it shot up really bad. The pictures online. It shot. So when the police called me, there's like, "Hey, you're," you know, because it's in my name, but called me, they said, "Hey, one of your vehicles."
Shit, hey, you finna get a new whip, though. I hope you got max care on that motherfucker. You finna get a check.
Shut up. You have any enemies? You know, I said, you know, like, I'm sure the detectives know who I am. I said, no, but you could see the clear. They stomped the windshield out in the front and the back and shot up the driver's side door. You know, like, it just had to go straight to the tow yard. I told them to just take it, you know, but, you know, I've never had that happen before. I've never had nobody shoot anything. I'm not going to make accusations, but people know what they know.
The sister also mentions that DJ Academic's covering the story on his streams while even having Ugly God on his channel upset her.
Yo, pop.
Y'all seen that shit? Damn. You see the difference in complexion? Ugly guy, bro. You need to put some lotion on them bitches, bro.
Even having Ugly God on his channel upset her.
Yo, pop out to my show. I'm having a show.
Yeah, you rapping?
No, you rapping. Dude.
What? I'm professional soccer player Mallory Swanson. Today, I'm with Adobe Express showing love.
Like crazy.
Like a what?
Do a song or two for me.
I'm not gonna perform that and I pop out. Where it's gonna be in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Shit, you think I can bring my my laptop?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's funny as hell.
Y'all be saying,
these two niggas flirting? Is Act drunk right now? He laughing mad diddy like. He didn't even tell a joke. Why is nigga look at his face? Nah, this nigga here.
In fact,
I think you should stay off Call of Duty too, bro.
Made me more hurtful than anything that he could have done when he was on there. He had Ugly God on, and they was laughing and having. My brother's dead. He's not coming back.
She claims that Academics wasn't being fair in his coverage and seemed to be taking Ugly God's side without looking at all the evidence.
In the position he's in and not be fair, it was heartbreaking. And I just can't believe that he said the things that he said, you know, like.
Ack himself would even admit that he's conflicted about covering the story because of his close relationship with Ugly God.
About a month ago, I heard about this story, and the story was a little bit disturbing. And you know, I didn't want to be a fake news person, and you know, oftentimes I get conflicted with these things because I get a story that is exclusive. I could break the story. I guess it could do whatever. But the person involved is somebody I care about, somebody that it kind of extends a little bit more than just the regular coverage of hip-hop.
However, Ack would end his coverage by openly saying that he doesn't know what happened and simply is waiting for the truth to come out.
It's a fucking situation, obviously.
Okay, but let's not be biased though. If that would have happened to anybody else, he would have been all over that shit. What's the dude Ack don't like? Meek Mill? Let Meek Mill kill his best friend dad. This nigga Ack gonna be posting it every 3 seconds. Say Cheese gonna have that shit. Vlad gonna get him. Like, we can't do this, bro, just because you know the dude.
And I think I have to leave it at that. I mean, if it's self-defense, it's self-defense. They clearly don't believe it's self-defense. They believe it's something else. They believe it's a cover-up. And I think, hopefully, as time either goes by, time ends up healing their wounds and kind of comforts their hurt, or you know, they get whatever peace or justice they think they deserve. Also, to be very clear, and you know me, I'm a big self-defense person. If it comes out that that individual who died threatened or harmed Ugly God to the extent that it could be argued that lethal force was needed, well, grand opening, grand closing. I'm sorry to say, I'm a big self-defense person. Big self-defense. I wish self-defense existed like it exists
that
in
man
states
Ugly
like
God
Mississippi,
got a hat. That's
north,
crazy.
Places
that
like
boy got a body.
Jersey, New York, and you know, even like well, it exists in Pennsylvania, just not Philly.
It's been almost a year since the shooting, and many questions remain unanswered. But for now, Ronaldo's family has hired private investigators and attorneys to continue looking into the case, believing that evidence will eventually emerge that contradicts the self-defense story.
Now, I have a question. You said that you were able to get video footage, I guess, from the Ring doorbells or the security camera footage from the neighborhood. So you have footage of exactly what parts of the altercation?
All of it. Just know that my family has hired our own attorneys, our own investigators. We've done the whole 9 that we're supposed to do.
For many, this case seems particularly crazy, given Ugly God's public
But
image.
how true can that really be? You say you got it all on video, then why isn't he in jail? Why haven't y'all released the video? I doubt they got that video game.
Goofy meme rapper, but that doesn't change the cold hard fact that someone did indeed lose their life over this situation.
It's heartbreaking because my heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to the one that's deceased. My heart goes out to the one that's in custody, because at the end of the day, nobody won. Like, it's heartbreaking because us as black people are losing our youth. We're losing the battle. So it's just like we have to stop. We have to stand up as a community and actually put a stop to gun violence.
In due time, perhaps we'll end up getting more clarity on the case, but what does seem clear is that this is a really sad situation all around. A man is dead, and 2 families that seemed very close, and now each other's worst enemies.
That's sad, bro. That's sad as shit. But who knows? Honestly, from what they were saying, that don't sound too far-fetched with him, especially if they had prior issues and they saying they was messing with each other. Who knows, man? But